Yeah.
Woo!
Y'all already know what it is. It is season 2, episode 2, being brought to you. What it do? I sound like I'm from Baltimore too. Dude. If y'all ain't know, man, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle Dud.
And I'm the original CP3.
And you already know we back with another episode of the No Box Sports Podcast, brought to you by No Box Entertainment. And we in a great mood this week, man.
Yes.
Because our Philadelphia Eagles, they handle business week 1, man, versus those Green Bay Packers over there in Brazil, but they was trying to get us killed, NFL. But ain't nobody wound up getting killed. All that happened is we had to go ahead and down the Packers, man.
Right.
We had to go ahead and down the Packers, man. We beat them in Brazil. The score was 29-34, man. That was a high-scoring game.
It was. It definitely was. It was close too, but definitely was definitely high scoring. That score is not a false indicator of how good the game was, man. That was actually
exciting.
How tight it was. It was
exciting.
Tight. Yeah, it was.
And it was better than the Chiefs-Raven game the night before, in my opinion. It was a shootout. Neither team had control of the game until it was over. It was a fun game to watch. So many things happened in that game, man. We had Saquon debut. We had this new offense. We had Cam Jurgens leading the center position for the first time. We had a lot of new pieces on defense, new coordinators. A lot happened, man. What did you learn watching that game? The Philadelphia Eagles take care of business in Brazil.
I'm encouraged by the I'm encouraged by the cornerback, the rookie cornerback.
Okay,
Quinyon Mitchell, man.
Bradbury
played good. The rookie played good, man.
Okay, 27 did his thing.
The future, the future is looking bright, at least in the secondary. Man, we got at least one piece to replace Slay when it's time. You know, when Slay decides to retire, that's encouraging. You know what I'm saying? Also was encouraged. Obviously, the obvious is Saquon Barkley. Like, he was as great as advertised.
26 is not a dream.
Yo, man,
it's an Eagle green.
I mean, he caught the touchdown, ran for 2 touchdowns. That's like, he just did what we expect him to do, and like even broke for long runs. So it's like,
I had mixed emotions watching that. Because he balled, but I was playing against him in fantasy. So it was like, fantasy will really change your whole viewer perspective, dog. It'll mess it up. I couldn't even be that happy. I'm like, but we needed to score.
It's like you cheer on the outside, and on the inside, you're
like you happy, and then you immediately sad, like, why couldn't that be Devontae? Shipley, Gainwell, I don't care. Throw it to an offensive lineman, anybody but Saquon.
Right.
But inside, I definitely was happy. So you said Saquon, you said the cornerbacks. What else sticked out to you?
Well, I mean, we still got to figure out the linebacker, but the Bull Bond, I mean, that was a great surprise.
Zach Bond did his thing. Zach Bond, number 53, in case you ain't know, he was flying around the field making plays.
Yeah,
and he never played linebacker before. This was like, it was an experiment, and we had to really see what was going to happen. But Zach Bond did his thing. You're right about that.
Man.
And the news that came out before the game, Devin White didn't play. Our key acquisition in the linebacker room this offseason. He didn't even play.
Right.
He said something like an ankle injury. You had some things being rumbled behind the scenes about it was something else, and he wasn't starting. But we keep it on the surface because we ain't got no real reports to debunk that. But my point is, Devin White didn't play, so he kind of had to play well. And we was okay with the linebacker player. I didn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, honestly, the defense. You know how I felt last show. I felt like I was scared about the defense, and beating the Packers is not something to. We're going to talk about one team that got a questionable win later on. But it's like us beating the Packers, that's a good win.
It is.
Like, that's not one of those where it's like we beat some bums and it's like, well, we still got to, jury's out. That's a quality win. So
they're a good team, got the potential to be a great team. Jordan Love looked like he coming into his own. That offense is dynamic.
right.
And he did get nicked up at the end of the game by our guy Jalen Carter on a quarterback pressure, and he's missing. He got a MCL sprain, but they look like they coming, man. So much so that we both picked the Eagles to lose. Let's go ahead and get it out the way.
Yeah, we did.
I ain't clipped the pick and put it out there because there was a lot going on after the first win. But we did pick against the boys, and that was a mistake.
I'm sorry, guys.
It was just a feeling. It was just a feeling, and I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I thought not playing that much not playing at all offensively in preseason was gonna hurt us game one, and we was going to struggle a little bit. But and we did struggle. Don't get me wrong. We came out. Jalen Hurts turned the ball over. I think the first two drives, a fumble and the ill-advised interception. So I was expecting us to really struggle offensively. That's why I picked against us. In Green Bay, I thought they was on the rise and they might be able to sting us before we get everything on track. But to my surprise, the offense battled through, and that's one of the things that sticked out to me. We was a tough football team Friday, man. We was a tough football team. We took punches.
Yeah, I felt with Cam. I felt, I did talk about Cam Jurgens being one of the big pieces, and we did have some rough. One of the fumbles I think was exchanged, the hike exchange. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I mean, like he like you said, it was tough. We look like, even though we didn't play preseason starters, I'm encouraged.
Yeah,
I'm encouraged.
That's one of the things that stuck out to me. Our offense, we battled. We fought through adversity. We actually got into a shootout the first game, as y'all see it. I mean, that's a 34 up there. Yeah. And we kind of all was trying to saying we need to score 30. That was just the sentiment around the fan base. Yeah. And they came out and did it the first game without ever taking the snap together. And it didn't look perfect, but our offense was tough. That's one of the things I really, really, really took away from this. And that leads me to another point I got, what I noticed. Our offense will be scary when we really get an identity and figure out how we want to attack defenses, because number one, we got the ultimate safety blanket in Saquon Barkley, and he got stronger as the game went on. What you didn't really see.
Two safety blankets. AJ Brown.
But I'm talking the ultimate safety blanket, to where we don't got a chance Jalen Hurts doing nothing or messing up a fumble. Okay. Just give it to Saquon Barkley. And that's about as good as it gets behind our O-line. Right. So when our offense start to get an identity and really pick how we want to attack teams and know we got 6 different ways to slice you no matter what you do offensively, this offense can be scary. Right. Scarier than anything I've seen in the NFL offensively this opening weekend, just by how we can attack you from top to bottom. I'm not saying we look better than every offense, but I'm saying just total pieces on how we can attack you.
My only thing I would say in regards to Saquon is we don't want to overuse him. Like we gotta figure out how to, because honestly speaking, it's the same, not to bring up the Sixers too much, but it's the same thing that we talk about with Joel Embiid. We don't want to use him on a regular season and he's not available for the playoff. The main thing about the playoffs. So if we can figure out how to get what we can from him, but preserve him, so for the games that count, that's gonna be the true balance. But that's facts. That's facts.
But you got to peep. We don't need him to carry the team. The offense. Right. Giants needed him to do everything. He had to make all 11 miss. They had no O-line over there. Here he just has to. And that's what makes it. That's why I say scary, because once we was driving, got our little rhythm, then we just start handing it to him. And you see, he got a hole. When he see a hole, listen, he in that mother like a freak ball.
He don't waste no time.
Listen,
the
way he one cut and get in them holes, we ain't really seen that in a minute. Even as great as Shady was. Shady wasn't necessarily I'm hitting the hole from the rip. Saquon ain't really playing no games with it when the blocking is there.
Shady. I feel honestly he's better in regards to hitting the hole. pause. He's better than Shady with that because I feel like sometimes Shady would dance. He don't dance.
Like dancing.
Nah, man.
But we ain't gonna go ahead and put him ahead of Shady in no category yet. We put the proper respect on our Eagles legends. True. It was a great first game by Saquon, but our offense is gonna be scary. That was a big takeaway. And then when I go over to the defensive side, I like how the defensive played. They were playing aggressive. Yeah. He was sending pressures. There was a lot of man coverage. He was leaving the rookies on the island. Yeah. And actually, we should have been down much more in the beginning. They stopped Green Bay the first 3 drives when they got in the red zone. Yeah. 1 was a turnover, and 2 was field goals. And we turned the ball over 2 of the
shout
first
out to your
times.
bull, Reed Blankenship. You brought him up in the last episode. Reed Blankenship with that interception.
Reed Blankenship. We seen you out there doing the Rich Homie Quan dance too. Salute to you, soldier. I know they drafted another one to come behind you, but you said no, there's only room for one white safety on this team, and it's me.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Sloman Shield back there. Shout out to CJ out there flying around, making plays, missed a few tackles. I mean, it was some rust going on out there. Yeah. But overall, I'm encouraged about how the defensive looked. But we on the defensive side of things, I had to touch on this. I was not encouraged by our pass rush. I don't see the pressure that I need from the edges. I just don't.
Yeah, man.
Nolan Smith, great motor, good young guy. I just don't think he's physical enough to dominate on that edge how we need. Even if he get a good rush, he needs to not be touched. He needs one of them perfect reps for him to be effective. Josh Sweat played well. Let me say that. Josh Sweat played well. He made plays. He applied pressure. But outside of that, I didn't see no pressure. And we were sending blitzes. So Bryce Huff, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you was in San Fran this past week or you was in Brazil.
One game. Give him a chance.
Yeah, but you got to check. I need you to at least get your name called twice. I don't need to be like, what number is he?
Remember correctly, they even mentioned the game. Like they were like, you know, this is the first time we heard Bryce Huff's name like called in the telecast. Like it was like they even brought it up. Like they really wasn't saying his name. So you're right, man. Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, I watched the game in a great situation. I was in Houston. It was this place called what was it called? Patterson Park. It's like it was this Eagles fan club out there. They watch all the Eagles games together every week in Houston. And this was the first time they had it at Patterson Park. It was a new venue. They called the Eagles Nest. And when I tell you, it was damn near 1,000 Eagles fans at this place.
What?
All green, all types of Eagles jersey. I seen Brett Selleck jerseys. I seen McNabbs. I seen old school Kelly Greens. I mean, like you could tell they bought it when the jerseys was out back then. All types of Eagles fans from all over the country was in Houston, and it really felt like Philadelphia, man. It was a dope situation to watch the game and great energy to just be out of town, just mobbing with Eagles fans. I had my Beat Dog jersey on. It just was a great time, and we actually won every time we scored. Fly, Eagles, fly chance. So shout out to Eagles Nest out there in Houston, Patterson Park, man. We definitely put on this past weekend. You hear me?
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to shout that out before I forgot. But took a couple things away from the game, man. Defensively, we need to do something with this edge pressure. I got my eye on this, Howard. You should have your eye on it too. We might have to bring Reddick back for the low. It was people playing with that idea, and before I was like, I don't know about that. But listen, I'm open to anything right now.
Right.
I mean, we need every part of our team to be sufficient, and I don't know if that part is sufficient. But shout out to the D-backs, Slay, Mitchell, Maddox. Y'all played well. Y'all was undermanned. Isaiah Rodgers ain't play. James Bradbury didn't play.
Right.
So it was a good amount of people who didn't play, but y'all still held y'all home. Salute to the defense overall. I did like the play calling. I did like how feisty y'all was and not giving up them touchdowns in positions where y'all could have, man. I learned that we're gonna be a problem this year. Lastly, I learned we're gonna be a problem.
It's one game. We got next week is one that should we'll talk about that later. But
one game versus a top team, we should be a problem. I'm not saying what we're gonna do, but we should be a problem. When you see them Eagles on your schedule, you should be like, we got a task coming up. So yeah, man, that's what we basically learned this week watching the Eagles. You know, we learned them, and we was in Brazil. We survived it. Fans wore their green out there. Heard it wasn't no problems and all that.
Yeah.
So the Packers fans, it don't seem like it was no incidents, or if it was, we ain't hear about it.
Right.
So shout out to Brazil. That field was terrible, bro.
It was.
God,
it was.
Damn, that field.
I heard some people, and I forgot about it honestly because it's been like it was 2 years ago, but it was reminiscent of the Super Bowl that we was in 2 years ago. Whereas, like, what is happening? Like
changing cleats at halftime.
Yeah,
that was just bad. Brazil, I don't know what y'all gotta do, but figure it out because we ain't coming back there for another 10 years. But y'all got time to figure it out. I might be back before then, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But a large part of this game, a large part of why we was having heart attacks early, but a large part of why we was happy in the end was our QB1, the much maligned man, the guy who was under the biggest microscope in Philadelphia right now. I got Jalen Hurts, man.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Jalen Hurts' performance, man? Is it concerning on any level? Is it you think we in trouble? You think he was just rusty, man? Like let's put Jalen Hurts under the microscope because that's what we do. We Eagles fans. We just get into that.
I'm gonna say Russ, bro. I'm gonna say Russ, but I only because they didn't play in the preseason, and I don't want to believe it's a bust because a bust means a totally different thing. Like that's a big.
Yeah, to say bust is like it's over.
Yeah,
it's already stamped, signed, sealed, delivered.
With all those weapons, that's that. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Russ because he didn't play. And honestly speaking, he made some good plays. Like people complain about the plays that he did that was bad, but he made some good plays too. So I'm gonna say Russ. And
so if we're not gonna say bust, we're gonna obviously say Russ. But I'm gonna ask you this: are you concerned with anything that you've seen? Game one from Jalen Hurts, his whole performance. Are you concerned on any level about him not being able to take this team where it should go?
No, because the only thing that if I want to say anything concerning is, but we already knew about this. We questioned his arm strength. We questioned that at the end of the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like that's the only thing. Honestly speaking, I don't. So if I'm blocking that out,
nothing new,
man. Nothing new.
Okay. I can get with that. For me, I'm a little concerned with Jalen Hurts' performance. I do like the fact that he made plays when it counted. He was great against the blitz. I seen graphics going around. I think he was the top rated quarterback versus the blitz week one.
Okay.
So a lot of people wanted to see that. And I think the big part of why he struggled last year versus the blitz is he wasn't healthy. So he couldn't put his feet in the ground. He couldn't plant and take that hit. He was protecting himself. So if you blitz him, it's pretty much he was dead to rights last year. He was falling or making an ill-advised throw. But I am concerned. So he did play well versus the blitz. Salute him. He did get us the win. Salute him. But we in Philadelphia, so we got to do this. I'm concerned because was it 3 turnovers or 2?
It was at least 2 interceptions.
Now it was 3 turnovers.
No,
2 interceptions, 1 fumble.
Yeah, you're right. Some fumbles. Yeah, you're right.
So for me, that's been my concern. Not only with Jalen Hurts, but every Eagles quarterback down there that has been leading the shit. Yeah. You cannot turn the ball over at a high rate because you're leaving so many moments in the game for the other team to capitalize. And we could look back at, like, you can't give them the ball 3 times. Last year you had a high turnover season. Giving you a pass for that. Most Eagles fans are. We want to see what you do this year. But I don't want to see you come out week 1 and turn the ball over 3 times. I just don't want to see that. I don't care if it's the first game or not. I don't want to see 3 turnovers in no game.
Dude,
this is game 1. So let's not. I'm not gonna go all the way in because it's game 1. But if we see 3 turnovers again within the next 3-4 weeks, it's gonna be an issue for me. But I'm on alert. I'm not saying I'm pushing my chair back from the table. I'm just on alert because that's one of the things I say. He just can't turn the ball over this season. Right, we're gonna be hard to do. We still won, but you turn it over 3 times.
Yeah, we talked in the pre-show about like Eli Manning and stuff like that. We mentioned, at least and it's like I don't want my quarterback. Like it's cool when other quarterbacks is like that. All you gotta do is wait for them to do a turnover. I don't want my quarterback being that guy was like, just wait. Hurts is going to fumble. Just wait. Hurts going to throw it. Like, I don't want that. So
at the end of Wentz era, he was very turnover prone. At the end of Vic era, very turnover prone. When we start losing our patience for quarterbacks in Philadelphia is when they're giving the ball to the other team. Yeah. Especially when you got a great team. So that's concerning for me. But overall, I understand you didn't play the whole preseason. Yeah. I do understand that some rest. You might have seen the coverage move fast. The defense might have been not like that in training camp. But them two ill-advised throws, them interceptions, they was ill-advised. I don't know what you was looking at as a quarterback, Hurts, but can't be making those type of. I can understand 2 interceptions, but not throw it up in the middle of the field where 3 people around. You did it both times in the end zone and when you was backed up against your end zone. That was both your turnovers as far as interceptions.
Stop with the bull crap about not playing people in the preseason, man. Play the quarterback, play the team in the preseason. Like get that rust out. Why are we waiting until the regular season to start trying to get the kinks out?
I could kind of agree with that, but then I'm like,
you don't want to get
listen. Could you imagine Saquon getting hurt in the preseason, bro?
Okay, fine. Don't play. My thing is but
anybody, Lane Johnson.
You're right.
Anybody. It's like why? Now that's why I said we might lose week 1. That's why I was like, okay, I understand it. And even with all that being said, we didn't lose week 1. So salute Jalen Hurts. I don't want to go all the way in on you because salute to you. You got us to win. Yep. You fought through your adversity, but come on, bro. You know you can't do that. I'm sure you looked at the film.
Right.
Stomach turned, so we ain't even going get on that too. Definitely not bust as Russ, but I'm a big concern. Man. But we're gonna get off that. That was pretty much the Eagles game in Brazil, pretty much the Eagles game in Brazil. And we weren't the only team playing and putting up numbers this week. Let's take a little quick look around the league because we do got competition and you do want to keep one eye on them at all times. So let's go ahead and take us a look around the league. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's talk about this one.
I was disappointed to find out that the Cowboys beat the Browns. Not only did they beat them, but they beat them good. But yeah, that was good. The Ravens and the Chiefs. That was a heck of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about toe tap or lack thereof.
Isaiah Likely. Shout out to Isaiah Likely, man.
You ever wish for smaller feet? That guy wished for smaller feet that game.
Yeah, that was a game down to the end. Kansas City looked like their offense is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I don't know. They got to figure out that. I feel like it's a different type of game for Baltimore because they're not going to have to shoot it out every week with their defense and offense. But this Kansas City, so if y'all play y'all playing style, I can see how y'all can just run a team down to the ground. But Kansas City made y'all have to shoot it out a little bit. So 2 good teams, possibly Super Bowl, opponents if we were to go there. The Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs. Shout out to Isaiah Likely, who on my fantasy team. In case y'all didn't know, I'm a fantasy GOAT out here.
I mean, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be a thought. I apologize.
Yeah, sometimes the thoughts just come out loud, and I expect those type of thoughts, especially when you lost to me so many times.
Man, whatever. All right, so next game.
We are in the same fantasy football league, just in case
Next game. All
right. Since we talking about it, I do got the highest winning percentage ever in the fantasy football league. I do got 3 championships, and I have beaten him 4 championships. But come on, let's talk about the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Cowboys pretty much spanked Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. It wasn't even close.
No.
Honestly. I mean, Cleveland did a little bit the second half, but the game looked like it was over at halftime, honestly, the way they was playing. What you think of the Cowboys? CeeDee Lamb came back off the holdout. Dak just got the contract, and they rolled it the first week, beating up a pretty solid Browns team.
That's the game I was alluding to earlier, where it's like maybe the Browns aren't as good as we thought they were. Because I feel like our win was a better win because we played an actually good team. Packers are legit good, I'm sure. I'm sure they're not going to beat, but the Browns look like their quarterback play looks inept. You know what I'm saying?
Deshaun Watson not looking like he's going to return to that form we've seen in Houston at this point. He might just be what he is. I don't know. but
shoot,
bad
word on the street is he may not return to the team the way they talking about with this whole new allegation, but we're not gonna go into that. But
I'm not gonna go into that at all. I ain't gonna.
It's looking bad, bro. It's looking bad for them. So I don't that win by the Cowboys. It ain't impressive.
Browns looking like a 500 team based on that game, but they did handle business. But all Cowboys fans should care about is the postseason at this point. Y'all regular season champions. We already know that.
Right.
But we got a little eye on y'all. Solid win, Browns, whatever. We're just gonna look at one more game. It was a lot of games. I mean, we know this. But we're just gonna look at one more game. These guys, San Francisco 49ers pretty much controlled the Jets most of the game, just like the Cowboys controlled the Browns most of the game. And they got a win by 13 points. Christian McCaffrey didn't play. Brock didn't look good. I think he threw for less than 200 yards. They got the win. San Francisco got the win. What you think about that?
We're not playing them in the regular season, I believe, this year. But bro, they look more. They're more concerning to me, even though they play the Jets, who aren't great. They look more. They looked more concerning how they, their offense against, again, we're still not fully sold on the defense that we have. We like what our defense has, but we're not fully sold. They got a lot of weapons too, bro. They got a lot of weapons. They got a lot of weapons. They got 2 running backs.
Yeah, now they got 2. Yeah. But I think all of our weapons are slightly better than all of their weapons. But you're right. They do have a lot of weapons. They did still play their brand of football without Christian McCaffrey. The Jets are not a slouch team this year. Aaron Rodgers is back. They got a great defense, top 10 defense. So it wasn't like an easy win, but it didn't matter. They still got it done. And the team that went under any circumstances, that's one you keep your eye on. Everybody not going to look their best week 1. So if you out here trying to claim championships at the week 1, you weird, number one. You just better be happy you get out the week healthy and your team didn't look concerning, for real. And the 49ers, they still going to be an issue for us, but we'll handle that down the line, So that was our look around the league. Some other notable things, Detroit beat the Rams in a high-scoring game, close game in overtime. I think that was the only overtime game this week. So that happened too. But that was our look around the NFL, man. And we look around the NFL sometimes, but what we really care about is here at home and what our Philadelphia Eagles doing. And what we got up in front of us next is your family, your cousin and them. Not your uncle and them, but your cousins. And we playing the Atlanta Falcons Monday, September 16 at 8:15. Man, what you thinking about this one?
We should win that one handily. Kirk Cousins is just like we talked about Eli. We just gotta wait for him to throw an interception.
Okay.
Our offense is gonna put up way more than 18 points, like they, like the Steelers, we good. That's gonna be good. That's not gonna be a blowout.
You ain't got no worries about that one.
Nah, that's probably gonna be a blowout.
I hope it is a blowout.
I give you a score. I feel like it's gonna be. It might be 33 to 10.
33 to 10.
Eagles.
Okay. I can see that type of work. 33-10, 33-17, 33-13. I can see that. Yeah. The Falcons did not look good in their game they just played. I forgot who they played.
Playing the Steelers. They played the Steelers. Lost 18 to 10. Yeah.
The Steelers do got a tough defense, but Steelers top 5 defense, but they didn't look good, man. They got a great running back over there, young one. They got a great tight end. He don't get thrown the ball. They want Cousins to come and put it together. They got the young boy Michael Penix in the back around, waiting to get his shot. So you better hope they don't get blown out, because if they do, they might just take Cousins out and put the little rookie in and let him finish the game, and don't let him throw a touchdown or 2, because he on your heels.
They might.
But yeah, the Atlanta Falcons, I'm not really worried about this game. What I want to see is us continue to raise our level of execution. I would like to see the D-line get after it a little more. I would like to see Isaiah Rodgers get on the field and we just start mixing it up. I want to see us no drop off. This is a lesser team. We shouldn't have to shoot it out with them, but still come out and score 30. 30 should be our standard. And with a team like this, we should be getting off the field on third down. So that's what I'll be looking for versus the Atlanta Falcons. It's a Monday night. So, the Monday won't be so bad for all you people who hate Monday out there. You wake up like, you got something to look forward at night. Get your meal ready.
Right.
And we really start on Tuesday after Eagles win. I think based on what we said, y'all pretty much know who we think is winning this game.
Right.
So you can go ahead and say your pick.
Yeah. I think Eagles 33-10, man. 30. Maybe I'll bump up to 17, like you said. But yeah, I think 30. Yeah, it's Eagles. Eagles all the way.
Yeah, Eagles. We going to 2-0. And I ain't Vegas, so I ain't giving you no score. So 2-0. We on our way to 14-3.
Yeah.
And let's get it. We're gonna keep it rolling. We'll be back in front of y'all after that game, giving y'all in-depth analysis, giving y'all all the breaking news, giving y'all the takeaways for the game. So ride with us. It's the Bird Gang for life, baby. We rocking out this whole season. Y'all already know. But we all for that part of the show. We about to get into something outside of sports, but kind of inside of sports. Y'all know we like stepping outside the box and talking about different things. And this news really kind of like it took the world by storm. I mean, everybody had an opinion on this. Everybody see the videos a couple days old. But we gotta go ahead and get into it. We had one of the best receivers in the NFL on kickoff Sunday. Get pulled over on his way to the stadium.
According to the players, he's the best. Go ahead.
The best. Yeah, one definitely top 5, probably on your fantasy team. And a very fast guy. But let's go ahead and watch a little bit of this video. We ain't gonna watch the whole.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what? Why you have it up?
He got pulled over by a brigade.
Seriously.
Hey, keep your window down.
Okay. He looking back like, is this serious?
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car.
Wait, but how are you going?
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Almost ripped that door.
Right there. That's too much.
See?
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested.
How did it escalate that quickly?
I'm getting arrested. Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
Look, me in the back.
You do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew, hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro, y'all.
Don't move.
Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Yeah.
Set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I mean, he sits on the curve. His teammate come try to defend him. Right. More people come to the scene. He get taken out of handcuffs.
Right.
I think the officer get reprimanded a little bit verbally and more later officially. He makes it to the game. Obviously, this was on the way to the stadium Sunday morning. I would imagine he was probably speeding a little bit, and that's fine. People speed sometimes. He got pulled over, and it looks like the part you didn't see. Now, keep in mind, that's just a snapshot of the video. I would imagine you seen him speeding. He pulled over. The cop knocked on his window aggressively, but they didn't put that part in that chop up of the video. I believe you've seen one where it was more in depth, right?
I mean, Yeah, they definitely you see the guys. He goes and talks to the friends. There's two friends, the two teammates, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and they pull over and they end up talking to them. And like that part is crazy. That whole exchange is crazy.
Very
like,
aggressive with the friends.
Very aggressive with the friends. At one point, the teammate Calais Campbell came over there, try to help him out, to support him and stuff like that, see what's going on. And they were kind of aggressive with him. And at the end of the day, they end up, letting him go because he ends up playing the game. And his agent comes at him when he keeps calling. He said he didn't say call Drew like 11 times.
Call Drew.
He said call Drew
Drew Rosenhaus, by the way, in case y'all not to know, his agent.
Yes, his agent. Yep, he came there. Thank Calais Campbell and them for supporting and stuff like that. But and on top of that, the craziest part to me, and we'll get back to the series, but the craziest part to me is I don't know if that was the chief of police or if that was the guy that in charge. He had the audacity to say after everything, all right, we're gonna take care of that guy. He'll get punished or whatever. Could you do me a favor and can you take a picture?
He asked for the pic, the selfie.
Really?
Like he didn't even take the cuffs off first. Nigga still in the cuffs. He like take my cuffs off first. Right? Then I'll take the picture with you.
Yeah.
It's wild,
yeah,
though, man.
It was a mess. It was a mess. But I will say I did hear some people, and I when I watched, I don't want to listen too much because they want to formulate an opinion based off of listening to other people.
Yeah,
I did when I first watched that video. When we first heard it before the footage came out, Hill made it like he was doing, he wasn't doing nothing to the guy, but it's like
he ain't have no idea why they pulled him out.
If you wasn't a celebrity, you would not have been talking like you were talking. Like that part, he had way too many words for somebody knowing that driving while black is always a dangerous thing.
Knowing what's at risk, knowing what's at stake.
Yeah. Way too many words.
So he wasn't. What you saying is when he came out with after the game, his statements and what he tweeted, like he just have no idea why it happened to him.
Right.
That's debunked when you actually see the video.
Not, and I don't even want to say debunked because I still don't know why the officer on the right, the one that said, "Oh, you know what," and just like pulled him out, like that was uncalled for. Like, seriously, what are we? Like, at the end of the day, what are we talking about? Like, what is he doing that makes you feel like you have to grip him up and throw him on the ground for a speed? Like, what was he doing?
I think that's where Tyreek Hill was coming from. Like, in Tyreek Hill mind, you gotta think about it. The mind of an NFL athlete. You in Miami, you a superstar, you rich, you probably got so much pool in that city. You don't look at the cops like regular people look at the cops. You like, all right, you doing your job, whatever. Give me my ticket. So when Tyreek just saying, all right, give me my ticket, roll the window down, give him the stuff. In his mind, he ain't doing nothing wrong. He trying to get to his game. The cops putting him through an inconvenience. He not on edge like they might hurt me because he's Tyreek Hill and he's an NFL athlete. And when you I can't imagine when you're an athlete on that level and a superstar like him, the type of privilege you operate with. So I think Tyreek lacked a little situational awareness to where he could have controlled that situation a little better. He could have made a couple different decisions to where it wouldn't have raised the cop aggression like that. Because if you get pulled over by a cop, I don't know about you, but I got pulled over by some really aggressive cops that's just got a chip on their shoulder for whatever reason.
Bro,
they want you to say something. They want you to make a move. They want you to give them a reason to activate. Me, I don't never give them a reason to activate. I just be looking at them like, you's a nut. Like me and you both know this. I ain't gonna give you no reason. So if you do it, we gonna really know why you did it. But I've experienced some cops like that. But where if I would have been like, roll my window up and be like, whatever, man, go ahead, do your job. Yo, hurry up. It could have turned into something crazy.
I did a. This was many years ago. I did what they call a Philly roll, right? And the officer, I actually happened to drive by. I didn't see it wasn't until after I had already passed the stop sign. I see the officer, and I'm looking over at him. He looking at me, and I smiled, like, hey, I was smiling just like being like, oh, sorry, like, and he decides to pull me over. Like, I already passed by, you know what I'm saying? He decides to pull me over, and I lie to you, I feel like the only reason he really pulled me over, and I think he actually mentioned it, but I it's been so long ago, I don't remember the full, like, at this point. But I feel like he even said it. It's like, you just, you think it's funny, huh? That, went through the stop sign. And I feel like he only pulled me over because I smiled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't be smiling at another man anyway.
No, man, come on. But my point is, right. My point is
that was your first mistake, nigga. Why
like,
you smile at me, nigga?
It wasn't, my point is that it wasn't that I did wrong by doing the Philly roll, as they like to say, but it was because I smiled. And for him, he felt like, oh, I wasn't taking you serious.
Shot to his ego.
That's how the Tyreek Hill thing felt like. It's because he wasn't being like, oh, yes, sir, you're this officer. He wasn't doing all that. And that's why the guy decided to grip him up. It's because I'm going to teach him.
And a lot of cops have, they got abuse on authority in their mind. I mean, they just abuse it. They got an inferiority complex. They just feel like you should bow down. They feel like they can talk to you however they want to, and you supposed to yes sir. And when they run into somebody that's like F you, it kind of like challenges their ego a little bit, and they can take it up another level to show you. And in a lot of times,
how that felt. That's what I mean. Listen, the beginning part. He's like, "Hey, put your window down. You're gonna have to put your window down. You know what? Forget it." Like it's like because like it went from he was trying to work with.
He didn't give him a chance to put his window down.
Right. He's like, nah, you know what? Nah, I gotta prove a point. Like that all felt like they were trying to prove a point to what you're saying. Like I gotta, and that's not
when you come up to the window and they already like F out of here, do your job. Now you like, I was going to be nice to stop and I'm gonna still be professional, but at any given moment he could just be like my ego and take it to the level he wants to. And all too often we seen these situations escalate and there's no repercussions behind it. So they don't even think twice about doing unnecessary force and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, smacking the wrist, but you can get suspended a week and then you back out there on the streets. And Tyreek Hill, you made it to your game. It wasn't really too crazy of a consequence. But at the end of the day, that officer was super aggressive. At the end of the day, he don't got to keep his window down after he give you his stuff. Because you're not even supposed to stay at the window. Go back, run it. Do what you got to do, and then come back. And when you come back, he roll the window down. So you was power flexing because you already was mad with how he was talking to you. And the fact that you showed you was power flexing because you ain't give him a chance to put the window back down. You said, put the window down before I take you out the car. Then you said, matter of fact, nothing, and just took him out the car. You wanted to take him out the car. And even if you took him out the car, how about step to the back? Put your hands on the joint. You going to wrestle the nigga out the car? Right. He ain't say he wasn't getting out the car. So from the perspective of Tyreek Hill, it was a lot of obsessive force. And I don't think Tyreek Hill even registered that he did anything to provoke that. He just trying to get to his game, not worried about these cops because he don't really, obviously sped past him.
To that point, though, in regards to not really registering, it's like, but dude, like you gave them. You didn't help the situation. I'll say that. I don't think you didn't because there's nothing justified for what they did, but you didn't help the situation by doing saying what you were saying. Like help you. You know what I'm saying? Like you did not have to be like he was. First of all, the guy was knocking on your window. He wasn't banging on anyone. Like my thing is like help you, man. Like he didn't help himself in that situation. Yeah. He really didn't.
He was operating from privilege when he rolled down his window. And in that privilege, I don't really think he felt like he did anything wrong. But like you said, he didn't do nothing to help it. So in my opinion, just the official statement to me, Tyreek Hill wasn't wrong. He didn't operate with the courtesy and the mannerisms you would want to if you want to get out of a situation clean with the cops. No, but he didn't do anything wrong. The cop
he did not
100% wrong. Yeah. The cop was 100% wrong, 100% too aggressive. Right. That's why we end up with all these situations. Because what if Tyreek would have been scared for his life once you start wrestling him? You think he couldn't got away from y'all? You think he couldn't have busted a move? He's in the NFL. He avoid 300-pound men that run 4.6s all day.
if not for his teammates being there and stuff like that, having teammates that actually looking out for you and stuff, is that like they were all going to the game. And from my understanding, it's outside the stadium, so they're all going there. So it's a very high probability that you run into people that you know to look out for you. If he had been by himself, we don't and not been the famous person that he was, we don't know what would we really don't know.
But if he was just regular guy, not in the league, he probably would have had different mannerisms. So it could have been avoided. Tyreek, that's where you take accountability, but the cop 100% wrong. You did too much. Shit your ass down. But that's what happened when you driving while Cheetah. Call Drew.
Yo, he said that to like 50. Yeah.
Drew was like, I'm on the phone, Tyreek. He don't gotta call me. I'm here, brother.
Right.
And that's been our social media portion. But we got a bonus because something just happened and we just kind of like got a
boner or bonus.
I think it was both going on in this bonus show we done got from the guy Shannon Sharp yesterday. Apparently, in case you don't know, Shannon Sharp accidentally went live yesterday when he was having intercourse with a woman named Michelle and Instagram live. And during this Instagram live, you heard the woman doing variations of moans. You heard Shannon Sharp breathing heavy, like kind of like the old head growl, kind of like the I'm in a bond, Nate. I need $40. I'm gonna go see this old head about a bill type grind. One of those. I'm like, is she doing it to a bear? Because that's illegal in a lot of states. But during this video, that's what you heard Shannon Sharp grunting. Said a couple words about what she should insert. Not really gonna get into that because it's a kids show. But basically, he went live and we heard it go down. We ain't see nothing go down by the way the phone was positioned, but the audio was crazy. He wound up going live later that night on Nightcap to talk about it with Ocho Cinco. And it just was one of the newsworthy things over the last 24 hours, one of the crazy situations, man. And we just want y'all to be careful, man. And I want you to be careful too, bro, because I know you got an Instagram. And you know, I don't want you to make that mistake. We just basically saying this so y'all can be careful. Don't
take your phone anytime you about to get it in. The first thing you need to grab is your phone and put it somewhere safe.
Yeah, put it somewhere safe and record her. You know, just for evidence, just in case you need it. Set it up, the tripod. Nah, don't do that. Don't go live. I will say that.
Don't go live.
It's a lot of people reacting to this, man. This is like hot news, hot topic all over the country right now.
Yo, and people speculate. I mean, he addressed it. He think, you know, he said that, you know, a lot of people think it was staged and stuff like that. And I'm like,
accidentally.
I didn't think it was that. When I first heard, I was like, why are people thinking it's staged? But then you want to come out with this whole, you know, y'all want to laugh it up about it. Y'all want to come up with T-shirts, talking about
marketing campaign,
night clap. It's like, I mean,
yeah, it had to. Yeah, this is a market.
Hey, I got shirts that quick. I know you rich and all, but come on, man, come on, bro. You're not helping your cause.
Club Shay Shannon Sharp period has been known for his viral moments over the last year. And he got kind of pressure on him to keep that train. I think this was one of them things. Because number one, I'm just thinking of the logic of the whole situation. I ain't gonna say what the streets say, but the streets been saying things about Shannon Sharp and his preferences might be a little different for years. Not to say that there's a problem. We in a whole new world. Do your thing. But on the surface, he doesn't present that. But when you look behind the drapes, it's like a lot of people been thinking that. So that's one of the things she's been dealing with. But then when you look at the actual execution of going live accidentally, like when I seen that news, I got my phone, went on the gram. I'm like, let me try to go live. You got to press a button, then you got to slide it back down to live, press live, and then you got to press another button. So the chances.
Wait. Let me write that down. What'd you do that?
You got to press the button to post. Then you got to slide it down to live, press that. Then when you get to the live screen, you got to press that again. So that's literally 4 different functions you got to do with your finger to go live on Instagram. Now, it don't sound like he was using his fingers in the video.
And that's the crazy thing is all the old technologically illiterate people was like, that's why I don't mess with that social media. That's why I don't mess with that.
They're going to be scared to have sex with the phone in the same room. Now, put that phone in the living room. I don't need to be when the Shannon Sharp and them did. Shannon Sharp planned that. And I want to know how I know he planned it, because his moans was too cool. They was too cool. They was like, everybody going to hear this. So I'm just, like that,
she was a little too porno. She was a little too sound like a porn show, porn actress too with her moan. Yeah, you're right.
Like they probably wasn't even doing it for real. They just was near the phone.
It did sound. I lied. That
part.
That part did sound. Yes.
You're the best I ever had. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Niggas is not that cool when they in the act. They just not. You're more likely to hurt. I don't know what you would have heard. I ain't gonna tell my business.
Right. But
that was too cool, man. That sounded like some paid acting. That sounded like something they shot on Showtime After Dark and played it. It sounded like a production to me. And it could have been to counteract rumors. It could have been just for the viral moment. But the likelihood of that happening and the circumstantial evidence, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a production. But hey, do your thing. Do your thing, Shay. At the end of the day.
Shout out to Ocho. Shout out to Ocho for supporting his brother. He did try to support him.
Ocho just was like, I'm gonna stick beside him. That's all Ocho really. That's what his face be saying. Like, I'm gonna stick beside him. But this is crazy. This whole thing is crazy. And if it was staged, like, that's crazy. Like, entertainment, you do some crazy things to stay relevant. If it wasn't, you learned a lesson. Make sure your phone ain't on when you're messing with Michelle.
Check out my IG in a couple of days.
Put your alerts on with my guy. You know? Hopefully he set up the tripod. If he gonna do it, go ahead and do it right. Like, I accidentally did this. Why you keep looking at the camera then? This is an accident, y'all. This is a whole
not the tripod, girl. Not the tripod.
You getting in the crash tonight. Girl. This is an accident, y'all. And you be like, oh my God, I'm live. Lord. Club Shay is crazy, dog. Club Shay, you crazy for that bonus show. I don't know what we call that. That ain't nightcap. I don't know what you call that one.
Nah, man.
Call that show Michelle. But we know what we call this show. We call this show the No Box Sports Podcast. And in case y'all didn't know, this is season 2, episode 2, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, because we doing it for y'all at the end of the day, and we not going to stop, and we won't stop. We like the young guns in the city of Philadelphia. We can't stop, won't stop. We're going to keep bringing y'all this good content, man, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. But at the end of the day, I got to let y'all know I'm your host, Uncle Doug.
And I'm the original CP3.
And you have watched another episode of the No Box Sports Podcast, brought to you by No Box Entertainment, man. And I hope y'all come back and party with me, and party with he, and party with we, because next time y'all see us, it's going to be episode number 3. Family, we out. Peace in the Middle East.